They said he only had one move, just a step back, just foul baiting, just an ISO ball. But James Harden took that one move and built an empire of buckets, MVP, scoring titles, historic efficiency. And now, every kid in the gym is copying his so-called limited game. This is how the most predictable player became the hardest to stop. Everyone in the arena knew what James Harden was about to do. He dribbled up, slow the game down to a crawl, stare his defender in the eye, then boom, step back three. Or maybe he'd drive and suddenly flail into contact. Whistle blows, two shots, over and over. Same move, same setup, same rhythm. And yet, nobody could stop it. Defenders studied him. Teams built entire game plans around him. Analysis ranted about his predictability. They called him a foul merchant, a stat patter, said that he was gaming the system, not playing real basketball. But Harden didn't flinch. His answer? He led the league in scoring for 3 straight years. 30.4, 36.1, and 34.3 points per game. That 2019 season, pure insanity, the highest since Jordan, and he did it while breaking math. Despite oscillating more than anyone in the league, his true shooting percentage stayed elite, often better than guys who just stood in the corner and took open shots. He turned, "you know what's coming," into "you can't do anything about it." Jump to contest, he leans in, whistles. Back up to avoid fouling, he steps back, splash. Double team him, he finds the open man. No matter what you did, he already had the counter. So here's the real question. If everyone knew what James Harden was going to do, why did he keep scoring anyway? Maybe predictability isn't the weakness, it's the illusion. Harden made one move look unstoppable because it was. When you've mastered something so deeply that no one can stop it, why change? You don't need a plan B when plan A keeps breaking the game night after night. Simplicity became dominance. So, how did James Harden turn something so obvious into something so unstoppable? The answer lies in one move, the step back. Now, the step back wasn't invented by Harden. Guys like Dirk, Manu, and even MJ used it. But Harden, he didn't just use it. He built a whole scoring system around it. He added layers, rhythm, misdirection, hesitation, body control. Sometimes he allowed defenders to sleep with a slow dribble, then explode into a step back before they even blinked. Other times, he stared them down, let the clock tick, bait them forward, then lean back and launch. And here's the wild part. It looked like a trip, a lot. Even fans watching in slow motion swore that he was taking 3 steps, but he wasn't. He studied the rule book like a lawyer, mastered the gathering step, and worked with referees to keep every motion just within the lines. It wasn't cheating, it was science. That tiny sliver of space that he created, it was all that he needed. He didn't need to blow by his defenders or dunk on anyone. Just 2 feet on air and a flick of the wrist. Before long, everyone was copying it. Luka Doncic, Harden discipline. Jason Tatum, step back student. Even street ball kids and college guards started practicing Harden's exact footwork. And the league noticed. Teams stopped settling for mid-ranges. They started chasing threes and free throws. Exactly what Harden had been doing for years. So here's the question. Did Harden's game change to fit the analytics, or did the analytics change to fit Harden's game? Either way, that one move reshaped basketball. Before he was a walking bucket, Harden was just OKC's quiet bench guy. Third option, 6th man. He checked in behind KD and Westbrook, doing a little playmaking. Maybe hit a 3, then sit back down. He wasn't that guy, not yet. Then came the trade. Houston took the gamble, gave him the keys, the full tank, and said go. And Harden, he didn't just take over, he became the system. Under coach Mike D'Antoni, the Rockets stopped pretending to run traditional plays. No floppy sets, no complicated off-ball movement. It was a simple, give James the ball, space the floor, and let him cook. No screens, no problem. Harden didn't need help, he was the play. He'd dribble, dance, isolate, and either launch a 3, drive and get fouled, or kick it to a shooter. And somehow, even with historic usage rates, literally one of the highest in the NBA history, his efficiency never tanked. Critics said that it was boring, but defenders, they knew it was terrifying. Harden didn't move much without the ball, yet somehow he still bent entire defenses just by standing at the top of the key. He had gravity, pulling defenders towards him even before the play began. You didn't need to run Harden off screens like Steph, you just had to get out of his way. So here's what made it all so wild. How does a guy with no flash of the ball, no cuts, no movement, become an entire offensive system? Simple, you just let James Harden be James Harden. By now, defenders weren't just tired, they were annoyed, because just when they thought they'd figure Harden out, he added another weapon to his bag, the foul game. And no, it wasn't luck, it wasn't sloppy basketball, it was pure strategy. Harden studied defenders like a science. He noticed where they placed their hands, how quickly they reacted to a jab step, and how far they leaned on the closeouts. And then, he exploit every habit. He swing his arms up to draw contact, lock into defenders mid-range, or shift sideways into them on the drive. Every move baited the whistle, not by chance, by design. Harden didn't stumble into fouls. He studied, rehearsed, and executed them like a science. It was control, not chaos. In 2018, it came together. Harden led the league in free throw attempts and finished top 3 in three-pointers made. That combo, unheard of. You either shoot threes or get fouled. Harden did both all night long. Critics called it soft, said that it ruined the game. But here's the thing, he wasn't breaking rules. He was using them better than anyone. The refs didn't invent the contact. They just blew the whistle because the contact was real. And when the NBA cracked down with rule changes in 2021, trying to stop unnatural movements, many thought that it was the end of Harden's run. But Harden adjusted. The fouls dropped a little, sure, but the buckets, they still came because the step back was still there. The vision was still there. So here's the question. If you can't outplay the game and you can't outsmart the player, what do you even do? Against Harden, most just prayed. By the time the league figured him out, Harden had already rewritten the book. He wasn't just a scoring star. He was the system, the blueprint, the glitz in the matrix, 3-time scoring champ, MVP, top 30 all-time scorer, all from a move everyone saw coming. And yet, it didn't matter. No flash, no variety, just surgical mastery. One step back, perfected. One style, copied by a generation. One player, impossible to stop. But here's the stat that really messes with your head. Harden is the only NBA player in history to average over 36 points and 7 assists in a season. Let that sink in. While putting up Jordan-level points, he was still running the offense like a point god. And it wasn't just what he did, it was how he did it. Harden didn't just change the scoreboard, he changed the style. He made step backs cool. He made isolations efficient. He made the numbers people at MIT and the kids at your local gym agree on one thing. The best shot is the one that James Harden already figured out how to take. People called him a one-move guy, but that one move sparked a revolution. It inspired a generation, altered the way that teams draft, coach, and play, and carved a whole new philosophy of scoring. And sure, the playoff struggles are a part of the story, but even in those moments, the numbers never dipped far, and the buckets kept falling. Because at the end of the day, Harden didn't need 1,000 moves. He just needed one, mastered to perfection, sharpened like a blade, and paired with a brain that could read defenses like a chessboard. Is it really just one move? If no one on earth can stop it, that's not predictability, that's legacy.